Oh, welcome back everybody to another StarCrackHD. We're going to cast a game today. I am Zero, your cast master. Today we're going to be watching a game between myself, XSZero, and myself, XSZero. Now today I'm playing against Stanky. It looks like this is a PvP matchup, and as we all know, PvP is going to be very boring. So let's just sit back and watch and see exactly how the build turns out for these two young, handsome gentlemen here today. That was odd. We just had a probe go back and kiss the Nexus there for some reason. We should be... There it is. We've got our first pylon dropped, and I'm going to guess he's going to wait and probably do the standard probe build today. He's already maxed out, so it looks like we turn on our production here. Actually, that's our pause. Let's get our production running here. Okay, so it looks like the two are pretty neck and neck as of right now. We are using the Chrono Boost to its maximum capabilities today. That's always good. You don't want to waste that Chrono Boost in an early game. Very, very important. And I can see we are going a standard first gate on 13, so I'm going to guess both of these guys should be fairly close in their build. I don't see any scouting yet, which is quite normal for these two. Definitely am used to seeing zero scouting whatsoever coming from myself, which is not recommended, by the way. I do highly recommend to scout, see what your opponent's doing. It's going to really give you your route, tell you how you're going to go, how your build's going to go, you know, what your tech route is. I mean, everyone's going to start off with basic gate units, but it's pretty simple. If you don't scout, you're going to get pwned just about every time. So we've got Stanky building lots of probes, doing well. First gas is done. We've got our cybernetics core down. We do have double gate build. We've got nothing being produced. We do now, actually. A little bit of a supply block. You always want to watch out for that. Looking back at my build here, I am seeing that I do have one gas fully saturated without a second gas. Cybernetics is coming down. And almost instantly you can see the research taking place for Warp Gate. As a Protoss, it's so vital that you do drop your Warp Gates open as soon as you possibly can. It's simply faster creating units that way. I mean, you can't argue with time. Time is always going to be set depending on the speed that we travel. So as we see, we've got two Zealots guarding the front gate here. Stanky currently has opted to go for two Zealots as well. And we are expanding with his pylon. Looks like we've got a little probe here lost, and he just found his way home. Pylon moving out towards the front of the gate. And the reason why we do this is because it's easier to warp in units closer to the gate for speed reasons. I mean, every unit takes a certain amount of time to get from point A to point B, and that's the biggest issue with keeping really good I am lost. Keeping really good three Zealots to Zealots right now, so you actually would want to be very careful in this situation. Considering that both of these players have not scouted one single bit. I mean, that's okay. We see nothing is really going on just yet. I did just now get my warp gates open, finished. Gas is fully saturated. I've got a lot of mineral to spend, so let's see how that takes place exactly. If we watch the army values here, we can see that I'm slightly advantaged with 775 over 450. That doesn't mean that I'm going to win this game, though. That certainly does not mean anything. So we're going to want to watch and see exactly how I follow this up, because, as we all know, tech paths are very important in StarCraft 2. Go figure. We've got a 4-gate build coming from Stanky in the top corner here. And looks like he's opted to go for a little bit of Void Ray action. Let's see how this plays out. He's going to need a lot of gas, and he seems to have it right now. So let's see exactly what takes place. I have just moved out of my front gate. Looks like I am currently heading over to Stanky's front door to say hi. You kind of want to be careful. Watch your armies here, because your stalkers will tend to get away, and you don't always want those guys walking in by themselves. A little bit of missed micro there, as stalker should have been pulled out right away. So we'll see how this happens. We should have a shield drop. The shield is dropped, and there we go. We're going to watch this Void Ray. It's very vital that you pick these Void Rays off just as soon as you can. We can see trying to save the HP on that guy. Followed up with some Zealots. Not going to do a whole lot of damage here against that Void Ray, though. Not quite sure what we're doing with these 3 Zealots, as they are just watching their buddies get murdered. Interestingly enough, we do have 3 Stalkers coming back to the fight. Let's see. We've got a 4th gateway coming out from Zero. Our production should show upgrades from both. There we go. We just got 3 Stalkers worked back in. No upgrades taking place whatsoever. But we do have these 2 sneaky Void Rays, and these guys are probably going to head down and probably going to try and do a little bit of harassment towards the mineral line there. Void Rays are so cool looking, man. That is just so cool. So he does try to sneak in through the back here. However, we do happen to have Stalkers ready to negotiate this battle, which is okay, you know. At this point, I would be very surprised to see Stanky continue to pump out the Void Rays. We do have one more continuing to be built. I would think that he would cancel that to save the cash and probably go a little heavy Zealot, perhaps a little heavy Immortal, if we can get Robotics Bay out of here. But it looks like he's... Oh, there we go. He opted to go 2 Robotics at the same time. He did save the cash on that one. And we do have an engagement, folks. So down here we are going to be picking off these Stalkers. And Void Ray's not going to last very long whatsoever. And looks like this is going to do it for Stank. He is out of cash at this point, and Zealots, frankly, are just not going to be able to hold this back. So this round has been fairly balanced towards the beginning. I think Tech Path probably more folks. You can see exactly what happens when you don't scout. So we will, I guess, look forward to the next round. You guys, thanks for watching. Please check us out on StarCrackHD.com.